Coach. Well, on to a new week here. How do you feel about where your team's at going out to UNLV?
Well, obviously, first had to clean up, some of the tape from Sunday and make some corrections. Going into that game, knew they're going to have good skill, speed, and I thought defensively missed some big tackles. We need to clean up. Obviously, our alignment, assignment technique at times, but I thought they did a good job. Their quarterback managed the game well. But there's definitely areas we can improve on tempo, getting lined up, getting set, and playing ball. Offensively, again, I thought we started out strong. Thought we played physical, especially there in the second half. Even on the perimeter with our receivers, thought they did a great job. Just got to be a little bit more consistent in some different situations and making sure finishing off the second half in the right way. So got to clean a lot of stuff up. I know this is a big week for us. UNLV is a really good football team, well coached. Coming off a big game versus Cal, didn't pull it out, but played an exceptional game, and it'll be a dogfight. So just making sure that we rebound this week, we prepare the right way, clean up again our mistakes, and make sure we get a week better. So it'll be a great challenge, but I know our guys are excited to get back out there. Had a really good day today, and they're excited to get back out there and compete.
I feel like you guys are starting to settle in with what you're trying to do offensively this year.
Yeah, it's consistency is the biggest thing we're preaching right now. I think the mindset's there, the identity's there, understanding, and I think Ani's managed the game well. He's seeing the right things. Again, there's a couple more shots here or there that we'd love to hit, which we need to and we will. But I thought we threw the deep ball better the other night. I thought we hit some explosive plays. The physicality was there. Just more consistency, I think, is the biggest thing. To where if you have a slant route, run a good slant route. Don't try to do too much in certain situations. So I do think we're coming along, and I still think we have a lot of improvements and to get to where we need to be, though.
Winning record through 3 games for the first time since 2018. How much of a difference does it make to be playing winning football opposed to not?
Well, obviously it builds confidence. It's a lot easier to correct mistakes, after a win, even though because there's going to be, especially early in the year, there's still things we got to get cleaned up on all 3 phases. So it's a lot easier after a win, but at the same time, again, it's really kind of since last year, just with this team, it's been more about us. It's been more about the consistency of going 1-0 throughout a week and the preparation. So that's really what I'm focused on. Last week doesn't matter. It's all about this week, and that's it.
You mentioned making some big plays this season. I wanted to ask you about that. Have you guys been more consistent just in terms of making bigger plays early in the season than maybe you were last year? Because we talked about it a ton last year.
Yeah, there's no doubt we were more consistent. I think a number of things go into that. One, we've really worked on it hard, which we have in the past. 2, I think we're a lot healthier, a lot deeper, a lot fresher, and then a lot more in sync. I think it takes, on some of those shot plays and the things that we do, quarterbacks and receivers have to be on the same page. They have to, throw and catch to each other a lot, just understanding who's out there running what. And so some of it's rhythm and timing. And so, again, they put in a lot of hard work, and, the more you make those plays, the more confidence you have, and that's what we got to do.
Austin ranks among the national leaders in yards per completion. Is that kind of what you guys are looking for with the way you're deploying this offense?
Yeah, that's the way we play. You got to be able to stretch the field, and the way we've run the ball over the past, here frequently, and how we do it. You're going to get added hats into the box, and so when guys do that, you got to be able to take advantage of your opportunities down the field. And it's not. We're not a dink and dunk. It's not air raid stuff that I've done in the past. It's just the identity, who we are right now. That's our strength, and so we got to be able to take advantage of, when they are adding in the extra hats in the box.
It looks like UNLV's got a pretty good quarterback. He's off to a good start, big guy. Is he somebody that's going to present you guys a bit of a challenge this week?
He's going to be challenging. Yeah, he's a really good player, and he has a lot of skill around him as well. I got good receivers that can really stretch the field, and they start, getting their tempo and getting their momentum going. They do a good job with their shots down the field. You have to be extremely disciplined with your eyes within this offense. They do a lot of different bunches and rack formations and shift trades motions, and so you got to be disciplined. Marcus does a great job with their offense, and again, they're explosive, and they're a good football team.
And you guys have given up some completions this year as far as your secondary goes. What do you guys need to do to improve in the secondary before you head out to UNLV?
Well, you're going to get some of that as last week. I mean, they're a little bit more of a spread. They were all 10 personnel pretty much with a lot of speed on the field, and you don't see it as much anymore as you have in the past. But so you're going to give up some. But, the biggest thing is making sure our alignments and assignments are correct, making sure your technique's where it needs to be on every snap. Make sure you're getting the right call. We've had some bust. And I think and it's not just all on the back end. You got to get pressure on the quarterback. You got to be able to hit him and get him uncomfortable. And so I think it's just total team. We just got to continue to improve, just like offensively, defensively, continue to bring it along and get better each week.
I wanted to ask you about Jamoria Madqueen. He gets in the end zone for the first time last season. Just what have you seen out of him so far?
Continuing to progress. You don't realize, he hadn't played a game like that since high school, this season. And, I thought he's had consistent weeks. He's only getting more comfortable. The more plays he makes, the more confidence he gains. And, a little bit to his defense, too, we had to move him inside early on just because some of the depth there as well. And so he's kind of been inside and outside and doing both. So I think last week was big for him. The last couple of weeks he's hit a couple explosive plays in the pass game, which, again, it just brings more confidence to himself, the quarterbacks, everybody being on the same page. And so I think he has a very high ceiling along with that whole group. I think we have a talented group. Just now it's about going out there and making your routine plays when they come, when they're presented to you.
I wanted to ask you about, having a couple of guys go back to Las Vegas this week. It's kind of unusual for North Texas to have a group of guys from out of state like that all from one place. Is that something that those guys have talked about, looking forward to going and play out there?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they'll be excited to go back home and play. I know I have a lot of family and friends being able to come watch them, which is always exciting. But I think the biggest thing is one of the important factors of this game is making sure that you block out the outside noise. There's going to be a lot of distractions going out to a place in Vegas, a lot of bells and whistles, a lot of slot machines going on, and there's going to be a lot of people around the hotel. And so it's going to be important to focus. It's going to be important to make sure we can block out the outside distractions and focus in on really what we're there to do, and that's win a football game. And whether we're at home, on the road, that doesn't matter. The biggest thing, there's always going to be those distractions, but you need to be locked in and ready to play.
Did you just have a connection with Desert Pines and Las Vegas through a loop like that? Has that paid off for you guys?
Yeah, and again, I've had relationships out there. I haven't been at Arizona. Some of my former players out there. Guys that been at some of those places, and so which has helped. I mean, it's still about relationships. If you have a certain relationship, and guys are willing to travel and willing to look, we'll go anywhere. At the end of the day, we got a great recruiting base right here in our backyard, which really helps. But whenever you can find a guy out there that's interested in North Texas, we're going to look at you. And if it's a great fit for us, we're going to do what we need to do to try to get you.
Anything else? Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Hey, Rod, so you got UNLV this week. Is this going to be a big opportunity for you guys to get a win against another good mid-major type team?
Yes, sir. We're staying focused on the game plan, trying to lock in and go handle business.
Big game offensively last week. Feel like you're carrying some momentum?
Yes, sir. No doubt. I feel like we got down the field, spread the ball around and made our plays, made our routine plays, and we just got to carry it over to Vegas.
What do you guys see in UNLV?
You got to respect your opponent, good opponent. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, we're good too, and we just got to go out there and eliminate the self-wounds, and we'll be perfectly fine, and we'll have a good chance to going out there and handling our business.
What did you see watching film against the game against Cal that would give you hope, make you worry about something?
I just seen, I seen opportunity out there for us to go out there and make our routine plays. You know what I'm saying? We're in the film room watching how they played the DBs and some of the coverages that they in, and I feel like we can go out there and execute and just stick to our game plan. We'll be fine. And just like I said, eliminate the self wounds as turnovers and in that range.
You guys have made a lot of big plays this year, and that was a point of discussion last season, was the lack of big plays in the offense. What has enabled you guys to make more big plays this year across the board, running game, passing game, just all around?
I think being healthy, you know what I'm saying? Last year we wasn't really that healthy, but now we have a lot of guys, you know what I'm saying? So we can go out there and play full speed and not worry about coming out, you know what I'm saying? Then the coaches are doing a good job of putting us in position to make plays down the field. So once everybody start making the plays and we got a lot of weapons, it's going to be hard to just key on certain guys. You have to respect everybody.
Is that a part of the way you guys are playing offensively, with trying to push the ball down the field a little bit more than you did last year?
Yes, sir. We're going to run the ball, and then we're going to take our timely shots down the field. So when they come to us as the receivers, we just have to be ready to make our routine plays and to continue doing our job, even when we're not getting the ball.
Yeah, Ani ranks, top 10 in the country in yards per completion this year. Is that just a product of you guys having developed that chemistry with him to be able to make those plays down the field?
Yes, sir. We worked hard in the summer, and then like today at practice, we're working hard trying to get on the same page with Ani, and like I say, just get on the same page with Ani, so that he plays a big role in us and what we got to do down the field. So when you're on the same page, everything is going to be kind of easier.
Is that where you guys have made a big jump from last year in the passing game? Just your guys' connection with Austin and your ability to hit the big shots down the field?
Yes, sir, I believe so. And then with him, you know what I'm saying, really just stepping into that starting role and starting right off the back, I think that kind of helped us too. So he's not really worrying about anything else but just going out there and competing and trying to get the job done and help us win.
So a little bit of an interesting opportunity this weekend playing at one of the newer NFL stadiums in the country. Just how are you feeling getting into that experience?
I'm very excited. A lot of people don't get to play in those NFL stadiums and stuff like that, so it's going to be a huge opportunity and a great experience, and we just got to still stay locked in and understand, like, we're there to win a game.
Coach mentioned distractions. You're going to Vegas, playing in an NFL stadium, like you said. How do you sort of block out the noise?
Me, I feel like it's kind of, once you know the bigger outcome, you know what I'm saying, that's winning. Like that's the ultimate goal, you know what I'm saying. So once you focus on that, you know what I'm saying, all the other stuff doesn't really matter, you know what I'm saying. You're there on a mission trying to win. So I feel like if, I'm gonna try to keep all the guys, you know what I'm saying, on the mindset of winning, and then that's gonna be fine. Like, I don't think it'll be a distraction.
Jair's had a rough couple of years and has been able to come back and start making plays for you guys. How much have you enjoyed having him back?
Man, that's a blessing, man. I tell him every day, like, I'm welcome back, Jai. Like, we miss you, like, 'cause I know it was he out there. Like, they gotta respect it, like, 'cause he'll run by you, he gonna make his plays, and he's a good receiver. So it's been lovely to have Jai back for sure.
What's he like as a guy? That you have been able to play with him for a couple of years?
Yeah, I've been around Jai. Me and Jai came in together. Jai's pretty quiet, man, but he talks a little bit. But like if you know him and you get around him, you'll kind of get to know his tendencies and stuff like that. So me and Jai, we're real cool. We hang out, all that type of stuff. And like I said, I came in with him, so I seen him. I seen what he can do, you know what I'm saying, on the field. Then I seen him go through some of the stuff he go through, and I just be there for him and tell him, like, bro, like, you good, bro. You just got to stay down. And when your opportunity come again, when you all the way healthy, ain't nobody going to be able to stop you. So he got that mindset, and he's going to keep going out there and killing and making plays for us down the field.
Do you guys all kind of admire the way he stuck with it after all the stuff he went through?
Yes, no doubt. Yes, no doubt. I think that's how you really earn respect from a lot of your teammates, when they see you go through some stuff and they see you go through hard times, and at the end of the day you still come to work and you still bounce back and you still try to go out there and give it your all. And then when you are out there, you back to making your plays. You come back like you ain't missed a beat. So I feel like, yeah, a lot of guys respect that about Ja.
different John on the field, Jamoria Madqueen. He scored his first touchdown. What was it like kind of seeing him go out and make a difference on the field?
Man, that's J-Mac. That's big time. J-Mac came in right away. We knew he'll be able to make plays as soon as he got here. So I respect J-Mac and I love him. And he's gonna continue to make plays down the field for us. And that was a big play. He gonna make more plays than that. That's just the start of it.
All right, Austin, so you guys have UNLV this week. How do you feel about where you are at as a team going into this week's game?
I think we feel good, especially as an offense. I feel like we did a good job last week of going in and executing each play, putting points on the board, give us some confidence rolling into this game, which we're going to have our hands full. They got a good defense, tall defensive line, big linebackers, and good secondary. So we'll have our hands full, but we just got to go out there and execute our plays like we did last week, and then we'll be good.
Anything specific you've seen on film?
They play a little bit of man, a little bit of zone. They'll mix it up. Their offensive line, our defensive line, it's got, like I said, some tall guys that can rush the passer. So I want to kind of stay away from third and longs. Just kind of establish our run game and take our shots. Just not doing too much. Just when the play's called, run that play, execute that play, move on to the next play, and just keep doing that.
You're among the national leaders heading into this week in touchdown passes and yards per completion.
Wow, cool.
Is that is that kind of part of what you guys are looking for in this offense? To be able to push the ball down the field.
Yeah, I think that's just. I'll be honest, I didn't even know that, to be honest. My job is just to execute the play. The play that's called, make my reads, get it to the guys I'm supposed to get it to, and then that stuff just kind of comes along with it. So I'm not trying to go out there and trying to be superhero. No, nobody's trying to be superhero. It's 11 guys doing their job each and every play, and that's when we're playing our best.
But is that what you're trying to do with this offense? You run the ball so effectively.
Yeah.
When you hit in the play action pass, that's when you guys seem to be at your best. Is that kind of the drive of what you're trying to do?
Yes, yeah. Establishing the run game is huge for us. Having a great run game definitely makes it a lot better for our play action pass game. That's when we'll take our shots. And last week we did a great job of that. And if we can keep that rolling, it'd be great.
Is kind of the challenge now just to get the completion percentage up a little bit?
Yeah, some of those are just making better decisions. Forced a couple balls, and even just I threw some balls away that really I probably could have scrambled for 2 or 3 yards instead of 3rd and 8. I could have made it 3rd and 5. So that's just me growing as a quarterback, knowing the situations. Getting yards when I can, and not trying to force anything downfield. So most of the incompletions are my fault. Just making better decisions.
How important was it for yourself and the offense to kind of get back on track last weekend?
I thought it was great. I think we had a. During SMU, we just didn't finish in the red zone. I thought we moved the ball good. Obviously, didn't finish in the red zone. So to come out against Texas Southern and actually finish in the red zone, score some points, was big for us. And so we just want to keep that momentum going and see where it takes us.
Manasseh played number 51 last week.
Yes.
Which is a pretty remarkable accomplishment.
It's amazing.
51 in a row.
Yeah.
How comfortable do you feel with that guy standing in front of you every play?
It's awesome. Just watching him practice, being a team captain, being a leader. He's played the most ball out of all of us. I can be standing here and say, "Hey, I'm the oldest guy," but in terms of football, Nasseh is the oldest guy. His nickname's the Boss for a reason, and so we lean on him. He drives this offense. It's an honor to play behind him because he's such a special player and a great worker and a great teammate. So, it's awesome to have him here, and he's doing great.
When did you guys start calling him the Boss?
I think that's a nickname Coach Clem gave him, but we'll just call him, "Hey, Boss."
Yeah, the other guy I wanted to ask you about is Jair. He went through some tough times injury-wise and has come back this year. And, you caught a touchdown pass this last week. How big is it for you guys just to have him back on the field as well?
It's great. He's obviously a big weapon for us. Big, strong, fast. We're going to try to get the ball in his hands whenever we can. So to have him back on the field is awesome. Obviously having another receiver in the game so where we can rotate and get more fresh legs in is great, and so he'll be a weapon for us for the rest of the season.
Is he just a matchup problem for a lot of teams with just his size and speed?
Yes, 6'3", 220, super fast. It's tough for defenders to guard him. He's strong, so it's tough to bring down. So he's definitely somebody I look to in the passing game for sure.
You just have that confidence as you get it up somewhere where he can go get it. He's going to go get it.
Exactly. I feel like he can adjust to the ball really well. He's strong hands over the middle. He's a big body where you can put it on him, and a little bit of coverage. So I have all the confidence in the world throwing to him.
And then just kind of a cool experience this weekend getting to play in one of the newer NFL stadiums in the country. Just
Yeah.
How are you feeling going into that experience?
It's going to be awesome. Obviously, I played in the Cowboy Stadium, AT&T Stadium is what it's still called. As a senior in high school. So to go to Las Vegas and play in another NFL stadium is going to be a great atmosphere for us. I think we're super excited to get to play in a stadium like that. And so we'll go out there, and it's a business trip for us. All the lights and the everything. There's a lot of distractions. So it's a business trip for us. We're gonna take it and have a good time on the field.
You guys are going to be in town the same weekend as the big fight, too.
Yes, yeah. There is a lot of distractions in Vegas. I will tell you that. And we got to do a good job of locking in, making sure we're ready to play football on Saturday. And if we can do that, we'll be great.
Anything else?
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
You threw
One more?
one more.
Yeah.
You threw a pass to another Jamoria Madqueen. What kind of dimension does he bring?
He's really quick. Him coming from Missouri, he's super athletic, very quick, great hands, and he's definitely a guy another guy that's kind of tough to cover. Obviously a little bit smaller than Jair, but definitely he can work. He's great at finding windows. He's great at kind of diving through defenders, and he did a great job on the touchdown, just running fast. Running past the safety, and then did a great job catching the ball. And he's another guy that's a speed guy for us, and another guy we can get on the field, fresh legs. It's really good.
All right. Thanks, all.
Thanks, Al.
Sweet.